Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 110 of Malt Magic, the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin. I'm getting to the stage where I'm pretty much just going to have to say welcome to the next episode of Malt Magic, because otherwise I'm going to stumble over the numbers and make a tit of myself, which I do on a regular basis anyway. But anyway, yes, episode 110. Ridiculous, but amazing at the same time. So, let's rumble through our usual shout-outs and thank yous. There's a few bits to get through today, and then, yes, we have the full team back. So we will deal with what happened last week and what's going to happen this week. So, as always, our shout-outs and thank yous go to the tools that we use in the background and for your viewing pleasure as well. So, Incarnate, Owlbear Radio, and Dungeon Alchemist, as my brain kicks into gear, for all things virtual tabletop and mapping. Of course, do you know what? We're going to start again. Of course, D&D Beyond for all things Dungeons and Dragons. There we go. It's been a long weekend, and I'm very tired. So yes, D&D Beyond for everything to do with D&D, to be honest. Campaign management, encounter builders, character tracking, rules checks, all those sorts of things. Amazing. If you've not heard of D&D Beyond, where the hell have you been? For the character visuals, Hero Forge and sort of token creation, those sorts of things, and then those tools I use in the background, which are soon 5e Magic Shop and 2 Minute Tools and Thieves Guild. Of course, all the audio that you hear in terms of musical tracks is thanks to Tabletop Audio and sound effects and a few other battle tracks and musical tracks. Brain kick into gear is thanks to Battle Bards, whom we are still affiliated with. So if you want to go get sound effects for your own game or your own show or whatever you're doing, then please go use the code MaltMagic when you register and get yourself a nice cheeky discount off those sound effects and tracks. Very, very easy interface to use, nice and simple. And yeah, most of the time it's sort of, if you want to use them in your show, they're just quite happy for you to go and use it. So go check them out. Please go check out the social media feeds as well. You can see them on the bottom there. We are still sort of getting back into sort of gear with getting things going. And yes, Discord is almost there. So now and I will be working away in the background to get that done as soon as possible. So we have that area for everyone. And I know I keep promising it every week, but we will get there. I promise. We're getting there. Of course, you can go check out the podcast. And our YouTube channel for all of the past episodes, whether you want to watch them again or want to listen to them again. I sent the boys a clip from last week, which was near the end of our episode, and just said, watch this bit, and then look at your faces when I make the announcement about certain things, and it was quite funny. I found it really amusing. So, yes, go check out the past episodes on either podcast format or the YouTube. And of course you can go check out I think I've already said you can go check out the website, but yeah, brain. Big thing to announce, of course, is you may remember that I and Samau did a little one-shot episode with some guest stars way back in the summer, and I'm pleased to say that on October 26th that will be launching or available to view on the Place Bedford's YouTube channel. So we'll make another announcement close to the time and get links and all that sort of stuff sorted. But yes, 26th of October, mark your diaries. That's when you'll be able to see the very special one shot we did, and the fun antics that went on there. And I think that's it as I rescrew my head on and get my brain in gear. But yes, I think with that, let's kick off. So there will be certainly a lot of adult language, especially from me tonight, as I fuck a lot of things up, and hopefully some adult humour as well. So you have been warned. Let's have some fun. Let's roll.
Hello.
Hey-o.
Hello.
There we go. Look at that beautiful four-man line up there.
Beautiful.
Smauer's back, sporting the best cardigan anyone has ever seen.
Absolutely. It is an amazing cardigan. So I do believe that's courtesy of our friends on another Twitch stream as well.
Mm-hmm.
I say friends like we know them. If we did, that'd be amazing, but no. So, with that, let's run down the lineup very quickly as I re-lubricate my throat and hopefully get into gear.
Aye.
So, I am Matt. I am your Dungeon Master, also playing the psychic character of Vothrid, our Hobgoblin Barbarian Druid.
And I am Danny, playing King Anger of Esamir, and both of us are also fond of lube.
I'm Samo, and I'm playing Kira Gravetusk, and I'm very glad that nothing really happened over the last 2 sessions that I wasn't here.
Yeah, nothing really. Nothing really at all.
I've got full HP. I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened.
Nothing at all. It's absolutely fine.
I mean, you're missing something.
Yeah.
I choose not to read it.
I am Dave. I play Dargon the Goliath, Fighter Warlock.
And that's it.
And yeah, I'm just double checking that the thing that Kirik is missing is definitely missing. And
I was
it's not.
going to
Yes.
say,
Just
I'm
making sure.
guessing I need to take mine off.
Because it's gone.
The weight.
Cool. So yes, last week, following the following the destruction of the fiery elemental creature, which is really the big bad of that fight, if you like. It wasn't Bell, who was almost just left as a bit of cannon fodder, maybe, as you just blasted through him very quickly. This fiery elemental almost depleted you all, with levels of exhaustion, low HP, and we were sort of dealing with that, the fact that you then called people back into the keep and the fight was then subsiding, and you were dealing with, well, you weren't dealing, but the defenders of Verduin were then dealing with the pockets of resistance, and any small skirmishes that were happening, but you basically took control of this city, and sort of had to then deal with a number of things. First was this idea of the sources that you had controlled, made pacts with, made agreements with, deciding what to do with them. And the decision was made to basically release them. There was a long rest in there, in which there were some dreams and some visions, and one of which we will reverse time to, because said player was not here, and we will go through that. And then there was the sort of Lena and Ander together showing force and showing leadership over a city that has long been ruled by Lena's so-called father, or somebody masquerading as her father, and dealing with sort of the aftermath of that. So last week was very much a session of, let's just deal with what the fuck's just happened, and now hopefully this week will be, let's deal with what the fuck needs to happen. So there are plans to be made, there are decisions to be made around where we go next, what we do, where we get allies from, where we put said allies, how we are going to, because it sounds like that was the decision that was made last week, how we are going to take the fights to the Black City, but also with the knowledge that there is something potentially to do in Fiendfall Chasm. So, with that, you are currently stood on the battlements of Darwin, looking out towards the west, the road to the west, to see 7 individuals running towards the city. There are Johannes, Thalania, and Mephisto in the middle of this group, and then there's 4 individuals, four. I did this last week, can't count. So yeah, what I've done 4. Is deliberately got the details up. Yeah, 4 individuals that you've not seen before. Well, 3 that you've not seen before. 1 that looks strangely familiar. So there is this blue dragonborn that is sort of leading the charge, so to speak, and then there's this small gnome in these very, very pristine robes carrying a staff. There's this small goblin with hood up and sort of headscarf and this scythe type staff on the back, and then this purple skinned horned tiefling that as they run leaves sort of fungal growths and almost like this spore trail behind them. And as they get up to the gates of the city, there's a number of defenders that just stop them. And it's Thailania who's going to step forward first and just sort of looks up towards where you are. Well, are you going to let us in then?
Can you vouch for everyone with you?
Well, I wouldn't be with them if I couldn't, you fucking fool. Let me in.
Sounds legit.
Let them in.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What's the fish guy doing here?
He's slowly moving his way around.
Working
Right,
himself
in
up the
line.
ranks.
As he just
Big bad of
the
campaign threat.
recurring red shirt type character that just pops up in other episodes. Yeah. So the gates slowly swing open, and you see the gnome sort of character brushing down their robes, clearing off any dust and dirt and sort of desert sand, if you like. Johannes is heavily bandaged. And then Mephisto is... There's some burns in places on Mephisto. But they all sort of come into the city, and as they come into the city, you then descend down the steps and are greeted with 4 people that you instantly recognise.
I'll
The 3, and then this Dragonborn who is the spitting image of one Vraco the Blessed.
I will light up detect magic and look at them all.
Okay. It's going to light up like a Belisha beacon.
But I want to make sure I see what I'm meant to.
So you see a lot of magic items.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily see any magical masks or disguises. if
Any
that's what you're
illusion
looking for.
effect magic.
There's no
especially
illusions there. No.
over Vraco.
No. So the gnome's going to step forward and... Oh, so you're the friends that we were told about. Ponfix spells here at your service.
Who with the what now?
Ponfix spells here.
Ponfix Spelsier. That sounds like a 70s muscle car. That wasn't in character, that was just Danny thinking out loud.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool.
Makes no sense in canon.
Dargon's going to not have taken his eyes off Vraco and will say, how is this possible?
The Dragonborn's just going to look around and... What?
I'll look to
You're not
think.
who you think you are.
Oh, this again. No. We've already been through this with these 3.
Oh, you have to do it again here.
I'm not him.
Then who might you be?
My name is Freyton.
Freyton. I'm Dargon.
Yes.
Pleasure.
What, you want a biscuit?
Oh,
Where have you all
he's got
come
more
from?
sass than Vraco.
Where have you all come from?
I'll let you lot handle this. Where's the pub?
You're not going anywhere just yet. We let you
Fuck
in.
you, mate. I'll go where I bloody well please.
We let you in. But you're staying right here until we know more.
And you'll show more respect, otherwise you'll be straight out.
Can we?
See that chuck us the wine skin, and you see the goblin who's there with a number of barrels attached to their back. Just sort of take out the wine skin and
Like a golf caddy.
Here you go then. And throws the wineskin to Freyton. He just pops it open, just sort of chugs it down, and then sits down on sort of a stump or a rock or something, and just takes out the sword that they had strapped across their back, and takes out a whetstone, just begins to sharpen it. Looks at Johannes, Thailania, and Mephisto. Can we get the show on the road then?
Did you say Johannes looks pretty fucked?
Johannes is heavily bandaged, mainly around the midriff. And there's a couple of sort of cuts and scrapes on his arms and stuff. Thailania is okay, but she's taken some hits as well. Generally, they look like they've made a very rapid escape from somewhere. And have come in from the Western Road.
Okay then, so as I'll go and hug Johannes and sort of get him in a supportive motion. As I hold his midriff, I'll just use my magic loot to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Good to see you, boy.
Oh,
easy on the
only 6 points.
easy on the stomach.
But that helps.
And take 6 points of health back. Let's pull up Johannes's character sheet.
I know you like to pick up strays, Johannes, but you're gonna have to fill me in on who these are.
Yes, well, they proved their worth with a rather devilish encounter, shall we say.
Can we trust them?
I've not got any reason not to right now. I know you're probably reeling about the Dragonborn, but he's handy where he needs to be. Put it that way.
Let's get you all somewhere where you can sit down then. Well, please, stay
I will
together.
say, Ander, as you do place your hand on sort of Johannes's midriff, this scarf that he's wearing, you realise isn't a scarf, as a snake's head just sort of lifts up and looks at you, and the tongue just darts out. And you would recognise this as Johannes's pet.
Oh yeah. Still not used to it, but
Yeah.
I can't help but notice that you've come from, well, the location where we are hoping to go, so what's the story behind that?
Johannes is going to sort of look and start to speak, and then hold his stomach and just go, Mephisto, Thailania, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to sit after that run. Oh. And just sort of slides down next to a rock. Thailania is just going to look up and say, It's been a fucking long time. First things first, how's Nathan, and where is he?
he's safe in Esmir. Waiting for you, actually.
He's safe in a lake?
You may
Oh,
have missed
you've
a
been
couple
gone a long
things.
time. Yeah, we raised that from the ground and I'm now the king. But, you carry on with your story.
We need to have a longer conversation. Right, as long as Nathan's safe, that's fine. Listen, we... well, last we saw each other, I think, was... River's End. We assumed you would make your way to the Black City eventually, so that's where we headed. Ready to join you in the fight. It didn't go well, as you can see. We were ambushed by somebody we thought was a friend, or at least somebody we could somewhat trust. Tavern owner. Turns out they aren't who they said they weren't who they said they were. And Thailania looks around the group. Johannes was gravely wounded in the process, and, well, we hid. Mephisto himself wanted to, in the process, get more information on the thing you were seeking, the source. Which I'm sorry to say, I'm sure Mephisto will tell you more, but it's gone. It's no longer where it was once held. Mephisto, you know more.
We're aware, I'm afraid. But thank you anyway.
Well, that seems like a wasted journey. I don't know how to be, but
Not at all. Not at all.
that city is well, it's rather, what would the word? Fucked.
As in,
Oh, it's just full of all sorts of ill-mannered arseholes and general, well, people who you just want to associate. Braggards, bandits, thieves, devils, and the odd mercenary. And so Mephisto nods to the other group.
I know these all mercenaries who you've befriended.
Befriended's an interesting term. They were sent to hunt us down, funnily enough.
How enlightening and calming that piece of information is.
Yes, it was interesting. It made for an interesting encounter. They found Thalania and Johannes first, as I'd been captured. And then, yes, well, one thing led to another, and various things happened, but what's important is we all got out together, and they have helped us thus far, and as far as I'm concerned, they are worthy of some trust.
While you were captured, you didn't know of any other allies you see, hear about any of them who have been captured or anything?
Wasn't told too much. But the one thing I did see is as I was led into the keep, or the castle, or whatever you want to call it, was the Malt Masters and a number of others. Folks I didn't necessarily recognise. All, well, chained and restrained to apparatus on the castle walls. Out on display, one might say.
What a charming place.
So with these mercenaries, then, are they working for you for coin, or are they turncoats against the Black City? What changed their loyalty?
It was more mutual survival, I think. But Freyton at this point will turn and say, "If you've got coin, I'll take it." Job well done, one might say.
I don't know. I pay after I've received some services, not before.
Well, and we've
Is
received
bringing
our friends
your
back.
friends to you not enough service?
Well, they would pay you for that, I would have thought, but that's irrelevant. Have you joined us for the good of the cause, or are you just here for coin? Because if you are, I don't want you fighting for my cause. I want people who believe in the cause to fight for me.
And let's not be hasty. We all started out as mercenaries.
Got my brother far, didn't it? Your cause.
Well, that explains the resemblance. He was on a noble path long before we met him. If anything, he made us more worthy. Obviously, you're the black sheep of the family.
Fool. I
Any,
will not fight for a cause. Carry on.
Any holy symbols on this guy?
Make me
Or a big dick on his head.
A perception check, please.
He's got a bit of a ethereal about him, hasn't
12.
No.
Also, sorry, this is sort of out of game, but is this by any chance have any connection to a perhaps 3-day live stream that may or may not have happened?
We will wait and see.
I can't believe I ran it to a degree, provided the kit, still haven't got a clue what happened. It's a very surreal experience. Anyway, back in game.
What was you going to say, mate? You were going to say fighting for a cause. You were going to reply.
Bear with me just a second. So Freyton sort of looks up and we don't fight for a cause, but coin. Yes. If you don't want fighters, I'm sure whatever's in that cesspit of a city is gonna treat you well.
I'm sure we can ruffle up the dough.
I would have thought revenge would have been the biggest motivator for you.
If I wanted revenge, your head would be on a spike.
You've got jokes. I like you.
Thelania, is there anything else?
I'm cocky when I've got a cleric who's here, and not as cocky when Smile's not here.
Yeah. Is there anything else that happened? Any other pieces of information? A fish stone? Anyone?
And how did you get into the Black City?
Well, that I suppose is worthwhile information. There's, well, whether it still exists now, there was a small culvert that we identified and sort of snuck in darkness. There was a rather blasé attitude to, well, I wouldn't even call it a guard, although I suspect now, and given what we've just seen here, I expect there to be more of a guarded presence there now.
That's a good question. How did you know this was a safe place to come to? But it wasn't 12 hours ago.
We were journeying this way anyway, as it's really the only way that was relatively safe.
Fair point.
We were going to skirt around Deluin, and then we saw the battle, ultimately, and I've been watching from a distance for a time. That dragon was fantastic, by the way. I don't know who did that, but hats off to them. And Deimos will just be there like...
Plaudits to our major court over here.
The gnome at this point will chime up. Oh, another mage. Fantastic.
Oh boy.
I would love to speak to him if that's. Can I? Yes,
Oh, man,
please.
This is two nerds meeting up.
Yeah.
You sound awfully
we've done
familiar,
it.
old chap. Would you mind
I have
saying
been
for now?
both of those characters.
Yeah. Oh, what you got there?
Oh man, I
So-
didn't even know anyone knew this. So,
Oh, I
So
haven't
are
seen one of
they-
them scrolls in ages.
No, they'll be trading them like Pokemon cards. Like, I've got this scroll. Have you got the scroll? Oh, I've got 2 of these. You can have one.
I'll give you a level 5 for 2 level 3s. Yeah.
Yeah.
wizards are just
This one's a
are just collectors.
This scroll's are shiny. Do you want it?
Limited edition. I've never taken
anyway.
it out of the wrappings.
Do you
Never
think?
copied into the spell
so-
book before.
From what they've said,
Oh.
they're all
Go on, Danny.
mercenaries, right?
Yep.
Not just Freyton, but they're all mercenaries. Okay.
We'll be glad to have anyone on our side. Gracious to have you here, and thank you for bringing our friends.
Just as an observational point, you must not be very nimble with all of those barrels. What's the deal with that? Are they explosives?
As the goblin sort of turns, you can see sort of one of the eyes just sort of rolls off to one side for a second.
No.
I'm nimble when I need to be.
I hope you're a drunken master. Or not just a drunken.
Mistress, I suppose. I'll take master. Why not? Sorry, I'm Sleether.
Slosh, do you mean?
No, my name is Sleether.
Oh, right, okay.
Pleasure to meet you.
And all two of you Goliaths.
Whatever you've got, I want it.
Samal's going to get hard on her. She's
from
a
the
monk.
tavern.
I feel like you do. You have a lot in common, Dagon.
This was you 6 months ago, Dagon.
Look, the past is the past, and we leave it back there. But I have to say...
You want a drink?
Yeah.
You're like him, he overpays for drinks.
I do not.
I'll just take coin.
I flick a gold.
Surprisingly, as you flick the gold, the monk just catches it. Shiny.
Apparently I have a bell just running around Goliaths at the moment.
The tiefling's been a bit
To say that was the tinkle of the coin as it flew through the air. Carry on, Danny.
The tiefling's been a bit quiet, so I will ask them, and what's your story?
I'm Talia. I was with these lot, and we found your friends, and now we're here.
Okay, not a talker. Any other personal details you want? Anything you want to know from us? Any questions you have for me? I don't know if you've noticed the crown. That probably raises some questions, right?
No.
Cool.
You already said you were a king of something. Essamore, or whatever.
Well, soon to be all of Nylin, if we're totally honest. Okay.
I'll lean towards Ander now, and Kira can go. Perhaps they make themselves comfortable somewhere, and we go discuss our plans with Mephisto and Thalania.
Yeah, sounds like most of them will be comfortable in the tavern, so...
And Johannes.
What's left of the tavern? Hopefully
the
the...
first
I was going to say what's left of Johannes then.
Said, point me at the tavern.
No, wait.
I'll get some of the defenders and the guards to take them where they want to go, but obviously use message to say in my head, keep an eye on them.
So Phaeton will stand up and sort of takes the great sword and slides it into the scabbard across the back, pulls a small sort of cloak over his shoulders, and this is one big dragonborn. Like Vraco was big, this is bigger, like musclier, taller, still that shine, that gemstone-like shine to the scales. But there's also a sense of ferocity to them that you're not used to seeing from somebody who looks like Vraco. Just almost like this underlying trigger somewhere that you sense. If you anger this person, they're going to be on it.
I think we all know about repressed trauma.
Is that a subclass of barbarian?
Path of the suppressed trauma.
It fucking should be. Yeah. Let me just homebrew that bastard.
One word is said, I twitch. and then it's rage.
No.
You have no control
Well,
of your
yeah.
rage.
Yeah.
Trauma barbarian.
Or it'd be an emo bard, wouldn't it? But then there's already one of them.
Just wake
Excellent.
up and you're just like, what happened?
Yeah, basically a
There we go.
barbarian with PTSD, isn't it? Who just freaks out. He doesn't rage, he freaks out. Just
So,
lashes
episode
out
1 of Moon
uncontrollably.
Like a caged beast lashes out and
It
doesn't
is
care.
episode 1 of Moon Knight, exactly right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So these 4 strange individuals, one still looking uncannily like Vraco, and I think that's shook the party, if you like. Shook the party. They all wander off as a number of the defenders march them off, and Pomfik will make a quick side beeline for Deimos. And if we've got time, I'd love to chat. Deimos is just going to be like, all right, mate, fucking chill your boots. Shiny robes. And you see Pomfik just like, oh, yes, they're very fine, yes, I'll be in the tavern. Slither sort of weaves her way, and then Talia just stands and walks off, and as they walk, is rubbing their hands together, and you just see sort of the odd mushroom or fungal growth just pop up. Bothrid is going to sort of lean down towards one of these mushrooms, just pick it up and...
Don't eat.
Yeah. Always eat a weird mushroom. That's a good story.
That's pretty good. Well, I've
Did you
much
not
did
see
you
the
get like
ethereal
that?
plane?
some recipes.
Yeah. It eats the mushroom and it poofs and disappears onto another plane.
Or he gets an extra life or grows really, really big, a la Mario.
Yeah.
Right.
You will just see, for a moment, Bothrid sort of stands there, and then... and as he sneezes, 2 mushrooms just pop out of his ears. Which he just pulls out. Places them into his bag.
I was going to say eats them, then they come out somewhere else.
And then,
Every
yeah,
time
4
he does
pop
some
out
sort of
his arse.
bodily function. A
It's a
mushroom
pretty
pops
good.
out.
We'll never want for rations if he can just fart out mushrooms.
Oh dear.
Excellent. So Thailani is going to look at you all and say, well, now that's over, shall we go somewhere more comfortable, or are we just going to sit out in the streets here? What the fuck have you done to this city?
Saved it.
Yeah. But in
Looks
the only
like
way
it.
we know how.
You
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 save
can't,
stuff by destroying it.
you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. Ain't that right, Bothrid?
Hey, look, I'm not judging. You fucking... If it's ours now, it's ours.
It is. I would say let's head back this way and let's have a more private conversation. And you can rest up because you look like I did yesterday.
Feel like it too. I'm assuming, of course.
Yeah, let's.
Give me a hand up, boy.
Here you go.
That should be King Boy now, should it?
King boy? Boy king. King. Whatever.
Just help an old fucker up, will you?
And I'll sort of have him up on my back sort of thing. Just carry him along.
Make me a strength check, please.
Oh no, I'm not very good at those. I regret my decision. 16.
16. Somehow you just sort of... And you can hear Johannes go, no, no, no. Okay then. Well, now we're here. Mind the snake. I mean, the one around my neck, you dirty fucker. I know what you're like.
I was going
And
to say
you
poke me in the
lead
back.
Johannes and the party away, and Mephisto sort of trots through as well. And there's some strange looks from the defenders towards Mephisto, as you've actually only ever seen one centaur in the whole of Nyland.
Hang on a minute, why not put him across your back?
Didn't ask.
Yeah, true. I don't like to assume. I don't want to treat you like a horse because that's just rude. You're much more than that.
Well, I would rather you didn't. I'm not a horse. I am half man, half horse.
Well, yes, that's why I'm treating you more like the man half than the horse half.
Well, then we have a mutual level of respect, and I treat you half man, half moron.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get. That's what I was trying to get across. Yeah, I'm glad we're of a level understanding. I've missed your witty banter, obviously.
How's my shop?
Shot to bits. Absolutely fucked.
Fucking fantastic. It's nice to see you boys keep
Without
things on the straight and
moment's
narrow. Shall we go and get a drink?
Yeah, let's unpack all of this.
So you lead them off back into sort of Delu, and I'm assuming you lead them back into the keep, sort of past all the ruins. One thing for you last week, Samau, you did before you went off to release your source, your elemental spirit, if you like. You did attempt to use divine intervention to try and have the Temple of the Raven Queen rebuilt almost for you instantly. Didn't work. But cool. You still see it off in the distance as you march through, and it's there like a scar in the middle of this city, this temple which has been left to ruins and destruction, if you like. But you make your way back round to the keep. And yes, enter into the throne room, where there is a pair of thrones now set up. One for Ander and one for Lena. Lena's sat sort of on the one to the side, just leaning towards Micaiah, and they're discussing a few things as they disappeared off back in while you were chatting. And as you sort of enter, Lena and Micaiah will stand. Ander, Lena will bow to you.
Lady Lena.
Oh, there's some faces I wasn't expecting to see today. Thelania, Johannes. First of all, thank you. Second of all, where the hell have you been? And Johannes is just going to look down towards his bandaged stomach. It's a long story. We'll get to it all. It's just, well, I'd like a seat, if somebody doesn't mind. And then Lena will just... Somebody get him a seat, quick! And a number of these attendants just sort of run up and scrape a seat over. Ander, remind me before the day is through, you and I need to make an inventory of the treasure room and make sure that is divvied up accordingly, and whatever you need to send back, get sent back.
Oh, yes, that would be the highlight of my day.
I'm sure it will. So, you have your friends back. Mephisto, long time no see. Yes, boys. Do you need the room? Do you want us here? Do you want us to be gone? Appreciate this was rather your show now.
Not at all.
Okay, we'll sit. Let's get some drinks brought in, shall we? Maybe some food. And she turns to the same attendant and just looks at them, and they just sort of, yes, my lady, and march off. And sort of moments later, some food and drink is brought back in. Daelania will then sit. Okay, right then. Where do you want to begin, boys?
Well, we are obviously hoping to march on the Black Sea ourselves. You definitely got there before us, so I'm sorry we weren't there to help you as you had planned to help us.
It's fine. It was a bit of a foolish plan thinking about it, really.
Well,
it's interesting. Nobody seems to understand who runs it, or like who the leadership are. They're just like hidden from the general. It's weird, totally weird.
Well, funny you should say that, actually, because we have it on good authority that it just happens to be an avatar of Asmodeus. No big deal.
That might be why nobody knows. I can imagine people wouldn't take too kindly to that, even given their... Well, I suppose some might. Yeah. Who knows? That place is a total cesspit.
I bet you'll find that most people are either under rule or secretly under some sort of contract that they don't even know about.
Given what we saw, it seems like there's some people that are not people as well.
That would track. that was even the case here.
And I don't suppose while you were there you see any other factions or anything like that, like any vampire crews or the Serpent's Cloak.
Saw well, has anybody ever seen the Serpent's Cloak properly? Thought they were a myth. But no, not really. As I say, we were surprised that somebody we thought was an ally turned out not to be, and my advice is if you're going there, just don't trust anyone or anything.
That's a given.
It's
what tavern owner was it who they were
place.
pretending to be? The one from Moonbright? Or...
Oh, no. They... the thing, whatever it was pretending to be a tavern owner. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I thought you meant Billy from Moonbright. What's that?
Christ. Does anybody know what happened to Billy?
Shot to bits. Absolutely fucked.
It's going to be Anders' response to everything.
No, he was literally shot to bits. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Nothing like that.
I'm assuming
To Billy, then, I guess.
Yeah.
Billy.
God rest his
Shit
soul.
at his job, but a lovely boy. Lovely boy. Yeah, so as we were saying, it's run by Asmodeus. We're going to go and kill him.
Sorry, that's still a shock. So we're dealing with a betrayer, then?
Yeah. But we were thinking of coming at it from two sides, one from the south, one from the where you went in. But we also have a side quest of sorts to go to Fiendfall Cavern, because we believe that could be the secret to unlocking Nylin from the hold it is stuck in.
Returning Nylin.
Yeah.
And why?
I'm sorry.
Why aren't you all over
I'm talking
that?
so blasé, I forget how much you've missed this.
No, roll it back. Why are we not all over that one? Fuck Asmodeus. Let's get these people home.
If we go
We don't
home,
want-
Kirik.
Whilst we are trapped here, at least it means that Asmodeus is as well. If we bring Nylin back, then Asmodeus will be on the material plane, and that is simply too much of a risk. So we'll deal with them first.
Okay.
We were having this debate last time we spoke actually as a group, because not with you, but just before your arrival, because there's the whole: do we kill him then free Nylin? If we free Nylin, it may weaken him, make him easier to kill. I suppose that is a debate we need to maybe progress a bit further.
How are you planning to kill a god?
And I'll just look at Kirik. Sorry,
yeah.
wrong way on camera.
Everybody dies. And not even a god has the power of death, apart from one of them.
Yeah.
So you're going to let her do it? Nathan
There's nothing
would
she can't do.
love that. Nathan would love that.
Oh, yeah, because to be fair, the Raven Queen has enlisted the help. I'll be honest, she's fast becoming my favourite deity. She's also enlisted Johannes, don't be shocked. Theo is back. He's on our side now. I killed him. He's now back as a servant of the Raven Queen, and he cannot betray us. We tried. He can't even think about hurting us. Otherwise, the Raven Queen will hurt him, and he is bound to her and our service until Asmodeus is dead, at which point he'll go back to death.
I'm going to need more beer over here, please. Ale, wine, whiskey, just something, please.
I feel like there's too many truth bombs being dropped. It's a lot to take in, so tell us to slow down.
So the Raven Queen has brought Theogodin back. The one who you originally came here to fight. The one who killed your father. And you're okay with this?
No. I'm becoming okay with it because I've killed him once, and then after he's done his duty in helping us, we get to send him back to death again. And there's a horrible, petty comfort that I take from seeing him see me, what I become in spite of him, and also the fact that he is bound to us and to Kirik or the Raven Queen's service. It's quite nice to see him humiliated like that, if I'm honest. Not that
Theogodin is where right now? You've just let him run amok?
Oh, he's just stuck in the temple back on Isimir.
So that's something else we need to circle back round to. There's a temple on the lake, fine.
There's a city on the lake.
Right.
Yep.
There's a city on the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, we raised it from under the water, and that's now our base of operations and my throne.
Welcome
Quite tempted to go back to the Black City, you know. And Thailani is just going to be there like, yep.
We're going that
we
way.
should have titled this episode Head Fuck, shouldn't we? That's what we should have titled this episode. To be fair, we do need to go back to
that way,
gather the troops.
Back to the Black City. You want to gather your troops there, or what?
And back to
It's not the
Esmir
best battle tactic. Okay.
to call forces.
Well, we need to call them from Esmir, or do we need to get back? There was a portal to the Black City. Should we not attempt to use that to get in our own nefarious way?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Well,
Door opens both ways, Dagon.
Yeah, my only worry is
exactly
nobody
what
can
I was going
enter.
to say.
Nobody can enter Esmir without my say-so, but it might work the other way, so it might not give us the element of surprise because they'll know we're coming because they'll need to let us in.
Would they not be watching that if they knew it was there?
That's the point. Do they know it's there?
I'm assuming if it's... like... this is all to do with the power of the Hells, right? And that was... do you know, I'd have no fucking idea. I'm guessing at this point. So, Theogodin's back. You've raided a city out of the lake, and that's now your base of operations, and you've gained a crown. Anybody else got anything else to share? No?
That covers it, doesn't it? Oh, we've now freed the Twin Cities, and Lena is the new leader of the Twin Cities. Reunited. That's important.
One of them.
Yes,
River's End is still.
Yes, we still need to free my
liberated.
city itself. It's still overrun with vampires the last time I saw it. And we saw it, actually.
Okay, so, to-do list. Free River's End.
Now, this is the sort of thinking I can get on board with. Doggone, let's make a list.
We've got free River's End. We've got contact our allies. We've got retake Moonbright. Retake the Maltmaster's Keep. And we've got attack the city. The
And
Black
Fiendful
City.
Chasm.
We have Fiendful Chasm, which might return Nylin to his rightful place. I think we need to find out which one needs to be done, what order, and what doesn't need to be done right away.
I think freeing... Lena obviously can make up her own mind about whether she wants to divert her forces to River's End. I think if we went round to free every single city before we attack the Black City, it might deplete our forces too much to then take on the Black City. But also,
I couldn't agree more.
when we killed Bell, he disappeared in a ball of fire. I'm assuming he's reappeared next to Asmodeus. If we defeat every city, all of the forces are going to retreat to Asmodeus, so that might actually make him stronger.
Also agree. I think, as much as it's a tactical advantage to make Asmodeus weaker in another plane, well, you tell me, do we all agree that's too risky? We fight him first.
Yes.
Well, I don't disagree, Dargon, but he also knows that people have managed to get into the city now, so I think either way, whether you return Nihilin or not first, whichever you do first, that city's going to be less easy to infiltrate now.
Do you not think there's any way of being able to coax him out from his lair?
Why would he want to? From what I understand of Asmodeus, and Nathan's only taught me so much about all the deities, but he's the trickster, the deal maker, the arrogant one more than anything.
Can we
He
not
knows you're
use
coming
that
to him, he'll
arrogance?
just sit and wait.
Unless we decide to take him up on his offers that he gave us last time.
What does he want, Kirik? And what offers, Andy?
Oh, he visited us in a dream and tried to get us to betray ourselves. He wants Nylin to stay here so he can have it for himself.
Yeah, he's not going to believe all four of us go, oh, hey, can we have a face-to-face, not over Zoom? And can we have a chat about this?
Why would he want Nylin to remember? What's so special about Nylin in this place?
The gate is weaker here,
So he's stronger.
while Nylin is
But
here.
again, why Nylin? Just having a weaker gate means he is stronger here. What else could he possibly want?
Well, yeah, he did want the sources, but
But
He did.
we've killed one
Destroy
by accident. Yeah, by accident. We freed the others, but then the fact that we destroyed their other one annoyed them a little bit, so we set them free. They said they don't work for gods because they're beneath them, so they've gone off to do their own thing.
I, for one, am slightly
Doesn't
concerned about their arrogance because they believed that they couldn't and wouldn't get fooled, and yet one of them clearly did.
He doesn't know that we killed it, though.
No, and he doesn't know that we've released the other ones. As far as he's concerned, he might know we've killed the fire one because it was under his control or Baal's control. He doesn't know we don't have the others.
So maybe that's what he wants.
So we can propose a trade to him to lure him out.
It's a plan.
and you honestly think he's going to just walk out of his well-guarded city to come and trade with three mortals?
Oh no, he'll bring an army, that's for sure.
So will we.
And do you plan to just get the Raven Queen to wave her hand across this army? No offense, Kirik, but that's rather foolish.
That's something like that I have in mind, yes.
I'm going to need more to drink as well. Look,
I mean-
we're in this. We're all in this together. We've been in this together from the very start. But I'm, for one, well, yes, okay, I'm a malt master now, if that even means anything. But I am nothing more than a shop owner, an enchanter. I'm going to need a little more than a deity waving their hand across a field and hopefully killing a lot of devils.
He might think that we have the sources. That's the last information he had. Therefore,
Okay.
that's probably the last information he's going to go with. We also have someone that knows the ins and outs, not only of the Black City, but of how he operates. He might be interested in recovering that too. These are all little things, but if someone loses a lot of little things, those little things come back to not be helpful to them.
So
I
you
think
plan
that's the
to
way that we bring
inconvenience
them out.
him until it all bites him in the arse, by the sounds of it.
Or
It's got me this far.
until he is arrogant enough to think that we have occupied enough of his time. And so he comes to us. Fighting him in the Black City is a bad idea. Fighting him outside of that,
Don't.
if we can set the terms of the battlefield, Dagon, I think you would agree with this, then the battle's in our advantage from the beginning.
If you're on your home turf, you have a much greater chance of winning. Simple as that. He
What are
knows
we
that
calling
city.
our home turf now?
Anywhere that is not the Black City. I'm saying that his home turf of the Black City gives him an realistically unfair advantage. We will be mice in a trap. I say we call him, we use his arrogance against him, and maybe we can't trick the trickster. But maybe we can use his arrogance, and as Kirik says, as long as we know that we are enough of a buzzing fly to piss him off, he'll want to swat us. And we have our
I think I could persuade him. If we say we could pretend we're reeling from retaking Deluin, our forces are depleted so much that I've decided to cut a deal to save what is left. We could pretend that we're worse off than we are after the Battle of Deluin.
I mean, on top of that,
Oh,
and
certainly,
we
boy.
could say that he's taken most of Nylin, which he has.
Yeah.
Build
We
on
appear
that.
on the back foot anyway.
Yeah. And he gives us the land of Nylin outside of the peaks if we hand over the sources. Or about even renounce the throne.
He leaves Nylin if we give him the source. Says. We could meet him in Telma. Or is that too close to Esamir?
Esamir is as safe as it'll ever get, whether we're near or not. There's no bridge.
True. And nobody can enter as long as the runes work.
I should have said this earlier, looking round to the rest of the room. We were talking about having the Raven Queen behind us, which is quite right. We do have more than one god behind our campaign.
I was wondering when we were going to get to your shiny armour. I'm assuming this is something new.
You missed an opportunity to say shiny helmet there, Matt, and you should have took it.
Oh, sorry.
I apologise to my good friend.
Quite right. We have the backing of the Everlight and of
Interesting.
Palor.
And for what it's worth,
Well, considering
Neutral
the
and the Fae are on our side too.
you convinced the
All of the
wizards.
Fae.
That is fucking fantastic in itself.
Also, possibly since you've been gone, you were aware. Yeah, there was
Sorry.
you were aware that Zapanir was around, Undead Dragon.
Yes, is that something else we've still got to deal with?
No, dealt with.
Yeah,
Shot to
fantastic.
bits,
So that's a
absolutely
bit of
fucked.
good news.
It's a bit of good news. The undead, however, I'm afraid they're still a problem. The vampires still a problem.
Okay. So, vampires still in.
Could you do what you did to Greenflower to River's End, Girik?
Sure, if we're absolutely sure that everyone in there's undead.
Let's just have a look at my spells and look for Holy
It might be
Nuke.
collateral.
Oh wait, that's just me.
I
If
cast
Kirik was a
Chernobyl.
wizard, one of his custom spells. Kirik's Holy Nuke.
That's true. Yeah, we
Probably
don't want to
Kirik's version of the Holy Hand Grenade, I guess.
Are we?
Very well. So, you want to... Well, I feel like there's about 7,000 different directions here, and nobody wants to take any one of them, or are we just going to agree on one? Are we going after Asmodeus? Are we going after the undead?
I know. I'm sorry
think
to
we
say
cut
this,
off-
Lena, but I feel like we need to cut the head off the snake. Is that what you were
Yeah.
going to say?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
And I am at this point following your lead up until the point where I don't think it's the right thing to do. And I wholeheartedly agree that
That's fair.
River's End, unfortunately, is lost to us until we have sufficient forces and sufficient advantage to reclaim it. But don't get me wrong, as soon as I'm finished on your path, I will be forging my own. And that will.
Don't get me wrong.
Primarily.
I promise to help you take it back.
Can I ask everyone here? This may be knowledge outside of all of our realms. But what happens to all the rifts to the other planes that are spread out through Nylon if we return Nylon? Anyone?
Rifts.
There's
The
a
doors
rift or a
to
chasm.
Many
The
of the,
Feywild, for example.
well, the
That
Feywild.
chasm on the Isle of the Dead. Yeah, you're right. Shadowfell.
Yeah. I'm simply thinking that if we know or likely know what's going to happen, we can give those beings, the opportunity to return back, or their exit will be cut off and slaughtered in their beds.
To be fair, though, the Feywild is the only one that we know of that we'd want to keep open, right? Because we've made a truce with them, made a deal with them, an alliance with them. We've got the portal to that.
Feywild
Yes,
also sits. It also sits adjacent to our plane of existence.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to call it. So it's. I'd be less
if we lost
worried
connection
about
to the
closing that
Shadowfell,
off.
I'd be
See, from what I understand of that one as well, it's like the anti-plane. Like, this is where we are, it's like the dark version of where we are. So again, it's adjacent rather than... It's not like an elemental plane or a divine plane.
So I think that's worth the risk, Dagon. I don't think we'd lose connection with the people we want to.
That's good.
Besides, although we haven't found Grelin yet, if he has survived, he'll know where they are. Like I said, we've got our portals in Essery if we need them.
Okay.
If push comes to shove, I'll just reach out to my fake connections for help if we ever need to get back there.
I'm assuming we can call on them for help in this coming fight.
I bloody hope so.
On that note then, a quick note, or a quick list of everyone we have on our side. The Feywild, and those behind the king there, or lord. I can't remember what it is.
Well, you've got... Phaliad is already in Esmir. I was hoping for more court assistance, if I'm totally honest.
I say, speak up, make that list. Count them out.
Oh, and you're the one with the fake connection here. We simply know the people of Failure.
Yes, because
think
I
you can
promised
call
to
on the
rebuild. I rebuild the other city of Failure, didn't I? But in terms of the fake courts, yes, both the light of the shadow court and the light court.
If we can get the Seelie and Unseelie working together, that in itself is
Not necessarily together, just with me to kind of benefit themselves. But
I'll for all
together
intents
but
and purposes
separate.
count that as working together. Let's just say.
Yep.
On that point, Ander, maybe you send one of them in from the south and one of them in from the north. Just saying.
Yeah.
We have the wizards from Idril or Idris.
Idril,
Yeah,
yes, the wizards from Idril.
We have the healers from the north, from Mantineer. We have the people that we have evacuated from Greenflower and from the Maltmaster's Keep and the surrounding villages.
And don't forget Moonbright.
Those of Moonbright. And we have the great people behind Lady Lena of the Twin Cities. And some epic mercenaries.
150 odd left of us, yes.
And some new mercenaries and some old mercenaries of the Admiral.
Oh yes, Admiral Swift.
Oh, she lives.
She does indeed.
Yes.
Have we missed anyone
Oh,
else?
fantastic.
Oh,
Well, there might be a dragon there's on
mate-
the side.
maybe a big-ass dragon as well.
Oh, and potentially a dragon.
That's nothing to be sniffed at.
And
Has
a
anybody
dwar-
reached
and
out
a
to the...
dwarf that can probably do as much damage as said dragon.
Oh, okay. Yes, has anybody thought of reaching out to the orcs to the east?
It has been on the list, yeah.
We've got a pretty big to-do list, and
Oh,
it just kept dropping down the list.
I mean, from what I understand, there was a alliance forged within Eticus between sort of elves and orcs, so why not Nylin and the orcs?
Oh,
Well, it
That's
just
what
depends
I'd say
if
is
we
my
go
envoy.
there. Just depends if we go there and get distracted again for something else.
Oh,
it's a
shiny.
bit of it's a hell of a detour.
Just the exact
I'm not saying we all have to do this ourselves. You've got... you're a king now, Ander, right? You've got people who can do this sort of shit for you?
I know, but I always think if it's not me or one of the trusted in the circle, does the message lose value? If I'm not willing to go myself, why should they come to me?
And this is why I think you'll make a fine king.
And
A
just
point
out
well
of
made.
interest, if we are not going to go there, is it worth sending someone? Because then they might come and help. As opposed to us never going at all, and they definitely won't help. I do have to agree that if we could go, that would be great. But I do also see what the other people around this table have, and that is the idea something's better than nothing.
Unless we could teleport circle there, recruit them, come back. It's days and days travel to then come days and days back. Past all of the places that are already overrun.
One other thing. They may be no use to us whatsoever, but we think we have allies who have been captured there. Is there any way we think we could get them out and cause distractions?
In the Black City.
Sorry. Allies. Who are you counting on there?
If I understand correctly, the other Malt Masters.
Yes, as I said, they're all chained to the ramparts of the keep, so probably best to think they're rather indisposed right now. Quite glad
Very
not
well.
to be one of them, to be honest. There were some others as well, I should point out. There were the the 3 malt masters, so blender, distiller, cooper. There was a dwarf as well, from what I could see. Oh yes, sorry, of course, important. The archdeacon was one of them.
Damn.
Dwarf?
Yes, a strange dwarf. Looked like he was, well, I don't know whether they'd done it, but certainly there was some scarring to the mouth and face.
Is that supposed to mean something to us, guys?
Remley.
Yeah, he's thingy put back Esmere, isn't he?
Is he?
Guess we'll
Last
check.
time you saw.
Fucking hell. At least we know they're not dead, though. That's the main thing.
No, but they're about as good as, to be honest. Unless somebody does something, and that's not me trying to drive a sense of urgency, it's just a mere fact of the matter. There are.
More haste, less speed in
Yes.
this. We want to make sure we go in there with the right...
No, I fully agree. I think the Malt Masters have clearly agreed by sending you their gifts. Don't think I don't recognise a certain circlet on your head, Andy. And braces. And armour.
Well,
Whips.
I think we make a plan of who goes in from the north and the south. We call whomever we can. Split the healers accordingly. And the only other question is, do we be part of the 2 main attack arms, or do we, as a smaller group, do something else? Head in from a different direction, or try and ambush the place?
Do you think there's merit in what we were saying earlier in trying to draw him out instead?
Yeah, but I still think this fight's probably going to happen the other side of those peaks. Just not necessarily in the Black City, unless you have any better ideas as to pulling them out. Can we try that and then go for him, or...?
Do you want me to... How would I contact him? To propose the deal?
Fall asleep, probably.
He's a god, right? I could pray to talk to him.
That could go south.
When the fuck did you get any level of intelligence, boy?
I've always
Probably
been
the smartest
cleverer
thing
than
I've
you
ever
thought.
think. Oh, okay, fair enough.
I just played dumb to make you feel better.
I'd like to argue, but honestly, I have no energy right now.
Yeah, I'm only saying this because you can't catch me currently. Yeah, I might do that. I might try and pray, get his attention. And what should I say? Our forces are depleted. I regret not making a deal with you sooner. I'm willing to trade the sources for him to leave Nylin alone and take all of his forces with him. And then arrange a meeting point for the trade. Where do we think that should be?
This side of the peaks.
Also, I think this should be that, Ander, you're crossing us.
Yeah.
That you are willing to hand us over with our sources.
Well, yeah.
You can't.
They're still
say,
attached to you. That's
Yeah.
what I'll say. Yeah.
you can't say we've all agreed we'll give him up. This is you're desperate and we don't know anything about this, and we're
Yeah. Deal. I'm going to lie to the king of lies. Yeah, I've got this.
yeah. Our character. This has got to be a natural 20 on a persuasion check.
I mean, I can't roll lower than a 10, but I still don't think that's going to be enough. What's my right? Deception plus 17, persuasion plus 17.
Has Kirit got that improved whatever it is advantage on?
I've got some stuff. I've got some stuff.
Just throw everything at him at this point.
Yeah.
Johannes at this point is going to sit up and sort of lift a drink and then... Well then, boy. I suggest you drink more of this. You're going to need it.
Thank you.
And let's hope you're as good as I taught you to be.
Is Deimos in the room? Sorry.
Deimos is in the room. Deimos is just sitting there looking, and every now and again you will have noticed Deimos just sort of whispers, "Oh, you fucking shut up."
I'm going to turn to him. I'm going to say, you're quite good with the sort of magic to deceive people.
Thank you.
I was wondering if there's anything that you can do about when those of us that are attuned to magic look at anything affected by it. We can see an aura around it, something that indicates that there is a magical effect. I was wondering if there's anything you can do about that, if there's a way of suppressing that aura for a period of time.
Suppressing auras.
He's gonna know something's up if we don't look like we're beacons. Surely.
Well, I'm more thinking of the area that we fight. I can put some enchantments around it, but if he knows that that area is enchanted and it's going to cause him some trouble, then he's definitely not going to come in. If there's a way of hiding that from him.
Yeah, what about also...
Well, I was going to say, hiding illusion is one thing, distracting with another, something else.
That's an idea.
I don't know, Kirit. Maybe you and I have a bit of a chat and figure out what the fuck you're on about.
Do you have the spell that does that thing? Is my question.
Yes, and I need to remember what the spell is and go through the whole fucking spell book list that he's got. So yes, we'll discuss that in the break.
Do we also need to make it
So you and
like we've still got the tattoos and that they are magical?
now that I can do.
You're on.
But to be honest, Argon, we are such beacons of magic whenever we look at each other that one more, one less.
Well, this is a god. I'm just saying, every chance, every opportunity, every tiny little detail.
They're under our armour anyway, though, aren't they? Usually, so.
Our tattoos are, but the beacons of magical aura that comes off us.
Well, let us pray and see if I can convince him first.
Where we're going to meet? Where's he
You
going
do
to
your
meet us?
praying.
Yeah, well, if we think, just so happens to be a map.
I mean, you sat in the throne room, so there is a map freely available to you.
That's one I prepared
Yes.
earlier.
So if you said this side of the Platinum Peaks, what is in between Platinum Peaks and Telma, rather than near an entrance? Or are we thinking nearer to Deluin, sort of near River Esmir?
Bottleneck in between the Hellspawn Pass.
Is that too close to the city for reinforcements, though?
Possibly. Okay.
Yeah, I would actually say between Platinum Peaks and Telma. That seems like a good place.
Yeah, okay. Open battleground, seen from all sides, close enough to Esmir. Yeah, all right. That would be my suggestion.
Also, yeah, we don't want to be the north of Loch Esamir because Moonbright is a rallying point for them.
Because what I can say is, if you meet us on our way to the Hellspawn Pass from Deluin, because he'll know we've taken Deluin, that'll be a way where I'll be able to play the story that he can meet us for the betrayal on what we think is our way to take him via the Hellspawn Pass. Yep, does that make sense?
Yeah, we're also potentially going to have, well, I suppose this could happen anyway, we've just got to bear in mind that we may have reinforcements on their side coming from River's End.
Yeah. One question. When he meets us, it's not just going to be us four, is it? But we're going to be walking with an army, right? How do we hide that fact?
That's a question, I guess, boy, are you going to face him? Or are you going to face him with an army behind you, in which case I would wager any illusion or mystery or guise of friendship is going to be pretty broken at that point.
Yeah, it's probably just going to have to be us four then, isn't it, meeting him?
I suppose Theo could be here, could be there.
And Theo, yes, because he'll be part of the trade. Yeah, good call.
I suppose our out, if he brings more than he should, on his part, is we grab hold of Kirik and bugger off into death. Is that a thing?
Oh, you can take us back to the temple in Ismir, can't you? You can go back to any temple, can't you?
I can, yeah.
So we'll just straight to Ismir temple if shit gets real.
Might I suggest that if you're going to draw a god out of his lair, that we assault that while you keep him busy.
100%.
Yeah. I was going to say that our army needs to be doing something at that point, if they're not with us.
Then all your forces need to make their way there, ready for you to spring the trap.
Yeah, because you have to attack after we pull him out.
We'll need a signal of sorts.
Maybe I can ask Timiel to give one hell of a heavenly signal.
I was hoping something slightly more subtle, but fine.
Well, Kirik, can you...
Yes.
Something along the words of Jenga.
Well, I still have the saving
dear.
stone to Nathan, so
Yeah.
can use that.
What about the stone also to the Admiral?
Yep. It might look a bit obvious if I go, now! Over? 10-4? What are you doing?
Well,
Attack
we'll know.
now!
We'll know he's coming before. So,
Okay. Should I go ask him while you and Deimos discuss what you need to discuss?
well, I want to cast some spells on you first, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Light me up.
I'm going to say before that happens, let's take a short break.
Nice.
Come back and
Before we-
dive into that big chunk of RP. Because that's going to be fun.
I'm scared for the rolls. I'm scared for the rolls.
It's going to be good. I'm excited. I am excited. Cool. We'll be back in a few, folks.
We'll see you soon.
Heyo.
Hello.
Hello.
No.
There we go. That's a very nervous hello start to the second half there.
Hello.
Some very serious players.
Shit's about to go down.
So, Yeah, for anybody that missed it, the plan is to try and con a deity, and not just any deity, Asmodeus himself. So,
Oh shit! I thought we were going shopping.
as we all sort of
I missed the memo.
reel from this fact, I think Thelania, Johannes, and Mephisto are going to take some time to heal, and there are a number of healers that are now brought in, and some potions, and Lena and Micaiah just sort of look at you and say, well, as always, it's on the four of you. Good luck. Don't fuck it up.
I'm going to now you've said that, ain't I?
No, you're not. I've got
Okay,
faith
there
in
comes
you.
a 1.
I always have. You freed this city. You saved my people. You saved many people. This is just another thing for you to sort and then get on the road.
Yeah. I've convinced people to do... Yeah, I've convinced more unconvincing things. I've got this.
Very good.
So has everyone left the room and it's
go
just
get
me
it done.
on my Todd? I don't want the pressure of you guys being here. Okay,
Sorry.
I'll sort of
We'll
squirrel off.
No.
I'll squirrel off to a
We'll
corner of the room.
we'll empty the room. It's your kingdom. We'll empty the room. Just think of the treasure room afterwards, okay? Let that fuel your thoughts. Come, Micaiah. Let's go find a room. Deimos is sort of just there like, oh, you want me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You lot, fucking out. Come on, you as well. Yeah, let's go. And as Deimos walks out, there's a chair that just gets knocked over about 5 feet away from him and just scattered across somewhere. Fucking keep it down.
I really might ask him about his friends.
And the room empties, leaving the four of you. And Bothrid's going to sort of stand there timidly and just, should I go too? Or do you want me here?
Do you think he would know you're here when I'm speaking to him?
Probably.
If he scries on me while I'm praying to him, he may see you're here, so I think I might need to be alone.
Is there anything we can do to help you, Ander?
Keep all of your fingers and toes crossed.
I've not got as many toes as you, Under.
Well, I've only got 7, so how many have you got?
Oh yeah, you've got 7 total. I've got 5 in each feet. Foot.
5 on each feet? Oh, that's the normal amount. I was thinking Hobgoblin have like cartoon people feet. But that's not obviously. I don't know why I thought he had hoofs.
Does Ander have a level of exhaustion still?
No,
Okay, cool.
I'm bossing it now.
Only Bothrid and Kirik that should have a level of exhaustion now.
Correct. And did I do my Great Restoration before the long rest or afterwards?
You did it, and then somebody else. You gave me one, and then somebody else sorted me out.
It's alright, I've got Great Restoration as well, so...
Yeah, I know, it just doesn't burn any components for me, so if you want me to do it, I can do it for you. Again,
Sure.
assuming we don't go into battle, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Cool.
It's instantaneous anyway, so you can just cast it whenever.
Should I...
So Bothrid is going to sort of look at you and well, I'll be first. I've got only one thing I can do. But hopefully it'll help. And he's going to place his hands on your shoulders, and there's just going to be this surge of power through Bothrid as his eyes sort of flare orange for a moment, and you get this sort of bluish sheen to your body as he casts protection from energy. And is going to protect you from fire-based damage.
Yeah.
So you will have resistance to fire damage.
It's for the best. For how long?
An hour,
An hour, I think.
providing he concentrates on it.
Awesome. Any other parting gifts before I do the most foolish thing I've ever done?
Just going to tap you on the cheek. Good luck.
Thanks, Buffett. That was addressing the room. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'll go sit down.
Yes, actually. But, Dalgon, if you don't mind, I'd like to go last and be left alone with Anda.
Yeah, no, absolutely fine. Andrew, I know you'll do us proud. We'll do this together. Go. Confuse a god. If there was anyone I knew who would be able to piss him off enough to get him out and make him believe it's you. I'll see you soon.
I'll do that forearm class thing that warrior men do.
Good friends do.
See you soon. I'll stand up and walk with Bothrid.
Bothridge's just going to sort of look towards Ander and Kirik. Good, be safe. If anything happens, you shout. We come running.
Okay.
As everyone leaves, I'm going to grab a pouch with powdered silver inside. I'm going to sit on the floor. I'll ask Anda to sit in front of me as I design a line with the powdered silver between us.
And anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Anda?
Cool. So Kirik, you
Yep,
draw a
I'll
line
sit.
with this powdered silver out.
As I talk, I'm going to start casting ceremony. As I'm going to turn to Anda, and I'm going to say, when I've met you, you were, to be honest, nothing more than a thief and someone that was really good at taking stuff from others. And there has been very few bigger joys in this world than to see you grow up to be what I'm sure will be a great king. And I need you to remember where you came from, where you are, and where you're going to. And I will use that, if it's allowed, to use the coming of age ability of ceremony.
Absolutely. If there was ever any moment of ceremony or any part of ceremony that was going to do, that is exactly right.
For the next 24 hours, whenever you do an ability check, you can add a d4 to it.
I had the same thought as the chat there for a minute. I thought Kirik was going to propose.
As I do
I've
that,
finally sexually awakened Kirik.
not quite.
If anyone was gonna.
And I will say that I will use the same speech to cast also motivational speech on Anda.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody hell.
Which gives you 5 temporary hit points and advantage on wisdom saving throws.
5 temporary points. And advantage on wisdom. That's good, because I have shit wisdom.
And the final thing, as I get up and I grab your hand to help you up, I will cast Enhance Ability on you to give you Eagle Splendor, so you have advantage on Charisma checks.
Right. This is added to the pressure, because if I fuck this up now with all this help...
No, it just reduces your probability of fucking up.
Shall leave that to the dice gods. Okay.
And I will...
So D4 to ability checks, plus advantage on those charisma checks, which will also be my ability checks, more often than not. Advantage on wisdom save for 5 temporary hit points. No pressure.
And I will... I'll give Ander a hug, and I will say, there's no one else for the job. And I will leave. Sorry, final thing. I wanted to cast Warding Bond on him.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. I was like, I literally
I have
can't.
chosen my dice.
Oh.
Chosen my dice for this next session, and it is this bugger. That's orange.
Nice.
No pressure. Luckily, I'm
So
resistant
on top
to
of all of that,
damage now.
on top of all of that, and you have advantage
you one of them?
on... no advantage. You have
Absolutely,
resistance to
Dave.
all damage.
I have resistance to all damage now. So if I have resistance to all damage and resistance to fire damage, is that immunity to fire
Doesn't
damage?
stack. Doesn't stack.
Ah,
Just in
You're
case
just
he goes at you
resistant.
with Psychic.
in case I fall off my chair.
And dies
yeah.
of bludgeoning damage from falling off a chair.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, let me double check what the wording of Warding Bond is. If it's resistance or if it's different. Warding Bond. Oh, it is resistance. Yes. So it's a +1 to AC and saving throws. That's actually pretty good. I forgot about that one.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
And
So
resistance.
have you
to
got all of those details down, Danny?
+1 saving throws and ability checks.
I'll remind you if whenever.
Yeah, I'm
you
on
need to
it.
roll something.
So I'm going to roll with advantage on pretty much all the things I'll need to roll, plus add a D4 plus a 1.
1 is just saving
Mhm.
throws, no ability checks.
Just
Oh,
saving throws.
just save it. And to AC, wasn't it? I added it to what I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Sorry. AC ability check, I wouldn't
Ability
for
checks.
Cool, I'm ready. Let us pray. When you come
Well,
my
Ander,
way,
as
it's like a
Kirik-
little-
As Kirik leaves the room, how are you preparing the throne room now to commune with Asmodeus?
Now that it's empty, I'm just going to go sit on the throne. Because I think that's quite a sorry sight in itself if he was to have a look. It's just me alone on the throne. So I'll go and sit on the throne. And I'll put sort of elbows on my knees and my hand between my heads. So I look like I'm crestfallen. And I will say, Asmodeus, it pains me to do this. I am praying to you in this hour of desperation. Please speak to me now.
Make me a persuasion check, please.
Fucking right, well, have some of this.
Advantage.
Va-
D4.
Advantage on a charisma check,
And a D4.
plus a D4 to it. Well, I rolled a natural 20 for a start. So that's 41. That's 40 altogether. I think.
What the actual hell?
Well, that's the first 40 of the game.
Whoa! That needs a freaking party.
Wow, 40.
It can only go downhill from here.
Well, isn't this an interesting turn?
Come can we try not to rub it in? I'm not used to coming with my tail between my legs.
Maybe a deception check, please.
Deception with advantage. With a D4. That's another natural 20. Just saying.
Every time with the BB&G. Every fucking time.
So that is another 40.
That's another 40.
Jesus.
Tail between your legs. Well, if there's one phrase I enjoy hearing, it's that. Your vision is going to go dark. And then you're going to see these 2 pinpricks of red light just get brighter and brighter and brighter. You feel stone underneath your knees as you find yourself in a kneeling position. And you find yourself on like this stone bridge that leads up to a circular platform and a gargantuan throne, and seated on it a figure with red skin, these reddish robes, horns that curl up, very attractive face, this long black hair that sort of flows around the shoulders and back, and this metallic scepter with a ruby in the end just laid across the knees. Now isn't that a more natural position for you?
Please just let me come here. Let me say what I've come here to say. I feel ashamed enough as it is.
Of course. But I am going to revel in it.
I know I turned down your offer
Well,
before. Obviously, I was more arrogant than even you. Deluin decimated our forces and made me realise I am fighting a losing battle. It's folly. The path I've set myself out on is folly. And I'm hoping that this one last deal I propose to you to save what is left. Would you like to hear my terms?
Terms are agreed when a deal is made.
Okay, my proposal.
What is it you offer? King?
I'm not sure I can call myself that now, from what I'm about to do. I know you want the sources. They're within our friends, or my friends. I could lure them to you, and you could have them in exchange for leaving Nylin with your forces for it to rebuild.
Make me a persuasion check, please. Sorry, deception check.
Deception!
No, we will call that a persuasion, actually.
Right, persuasion with advantage. Come on, you bastard.
Oh, nice, Dave.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well played, Dave.
With the D4 on top, we're talking a 25. Oh, Dave.
You can't roll less than a 10, though. Can you?
That is true, actually. Thank you very much. What did I roll then in the game log? Where's the game log? I rolled a 7 and a...
It's 28 altogether.
Okay, 28. Yeah, I rolled a 7, didn't I? Yeah. Can't roll in 10, 28, that's better. That flame is how I'm feeling in my pants. I am sweaty.
Well, you've destroyed one of them, and therefore weakened your offer.
The irony in that is we freed the others by destroying them, so we thought we were doing the same. Yeah, that was a grave error. But 3 is better than none.
Freed?
Surely you know how this works.
What do you mean?
Having owned one yourself.
Oh, you sought to deal and treat with them. Mortals. And in return,
You leave Nylon with your forces. Leave it be and just let the people rebuild.
I would. Yeah. Now, why would I do a thing like that?
Because
When there's all these souls.
I have a soul that you really want to sweeten the deal. Theo Godden.
Yes. That raven bitch did take one from me. You're making a better proposal. But one soul and power, or a kingdom full of souls, I think you still have to sweeten the deal.
Well, by taking the sources from my friends, you will take the Raven Queen's greatest champion in Kirik. Again, another blow to the Raven Queen.
Make me another persuasion check, please.
Oh, fucking hell, I am driven.
That's a good offer.
Oh, mate, I'm sweating.
Me too. I'm not the one that has to repeat this.
A 34. I'm happy with that.
Reclaiming something she stole and taking something she owns.
Something she loves.
There is a wry smile across his face at this point. Oh, and you do know how to pull the right strings, don't you?
Like I said, I'm desperate.
Then let me take this to my final offer. I will have all of you. All 4. The hobgoblin included. And I will take Theo. I will take the power. You can have this pathetic kingdom. They can have it and live out their rancid little lives for as long as they see fit. But I will have gained what I needed. Now then, my young friend, how do you propose we seal this pact?
What is customary for you?
He's going to look down and he's going to bring his eyes up to you and they flash bright red. I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please, sir.
Oh, cock and balls. This is where it goes downhill, boys. I do get advantage. And a +1. I'll use a lucky point as well. That's some shit. Oh, come on, that was nearly good. Okay,
You're
that is
kidding me.
It's a 6, Matthew. Oh, yeah, it's a 6.
3 in a row.
Roll 3 5s.
As Asmodeus's eyes meet yours, it's the first time you stare into that face. It's the first time you see the true malevolence and the true power behind it. And you are frightened.
I'm immune to being frightened because I'm a circlet.
You feel the fear bubble. And then there is that subtle glow. Oh, I see we have new gifts as well.
Sorry, it does that automatically.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Another pretty trinket I will claim. Well, usually I would need to mark the one who makes the deal.
It can't be something they'll see though. They'll recognise it straight away and they'll figure out.
Oh, that's fine. We'll do it in the moment. Name your meeting place. Splinterthorn.
I was thinking the way that would convince them the most is if we met between the Platinum Peaks and Telma on the plains. We can pretend we're marching to the Hellspawn Pass to come and attack the Black City. And so if you meet us there, it'll catch them unawares. If you meet us there.
Maybe a persuasion check, please.
Bacon.
At the D4. That's a 36.
Is it bad I'm worried that he might be able to beat that?
Well, I don't know if I've beat any of his rolls yet.
Yeah, we don't know that.
I suppose that will be fitting. Maybe I'll bring her soul just to watch.
Whose soul?
See what all of her visions have wrought. Naught but desperation and failure.
Do you mean the seer?
Yes, and he holds out a hand, and this tiny spectral figure in chains on her knees with this sort of leather strap across her mouth just looks up as tears streak down her spectral face. Do have fun with this one. Oh, so much fun. Her abilities are good at determining even, where I need to send my forces next in my eternal battle. He just clenches his fist closed and you hear a crunch and a scream. But she'll feel that. And more. Before I'm through. And I hope you understand that similar fates await you and your friends.
It's the only way I can save
I'm
an
not going to
island.
let you.
So it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Oh, you do make this all the sweeter, and Well, desperation doesn't become you. Very well. I shall meet you in 3 days' time. Do not seek to deceive me, Splinterthorn. I have power you have not yet witnessed, and I will not hesitate to rip your very soul from your body before your body even hits the floor.
As you can see, I have nothing left to give.
Oh, I highly doubt that, and I'm counting on it. Very well. If there is nothing else,
That is all, my lord.
I have events to plan. Go. 3 days. I expect all involved to be there, and I will reap all of you. And with that, he lifts that scepter from his lap, and the ruby flashes, the eyes flash, and you find yourself just snap back into the chair, eyes wide open. And there's a final whisper. Do not deceive me. And I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, shit.
+1.
A +1, that's better than nothing. That would be an 8.
Fucking hell.
You are dead. Ability checks, aced them. Saving throws, shite.
That's the right way for this one.
Yeah,
True.
definitely.
That was a lot of dice, Matt. That was a lot of fucking dice.
Oh, it's not over yet.
Oh my god.
Sounds like a landslide.
You are going to take 60 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
As what
Reduced to
feels
30.
like a hand just grips your chest and squeezes. And in that whisper, just... and then the
You take
presence
30
fades.
points. Because you have
30
resistance
points.
to it. I take 30 points as well.
You do. And in that moment,
So it's
you would
reduced to
feel this,
30.
Kirik. Again, it's reduced to 30, yeah. You would feel like this hand just squeezing the life out of you.
I'll turn to Dargon.
Good.
We need to go in. Something's happened.
I will.
Bothrid's going to kick the door
I was going
open.
to say, I kick the other side of the door open, so they both just peel open.
Wait.
Sprinting in.
I'll cast See Invisibility.
Skid still hot. Okay.
Good call. I was going to ask you to make sure it won't be inscribed.
As you cast See Invisibility, you notice up in the rafters a small winged creature just crouched and peering down.
Motherfucker.
It doesn't know that you've seen it yet, or it doesn't look like it has.
Great. 7th level guiding bolt then.
Okay. I do believe that's a roll to hit, please, sir.
It is a roll to hit.
I mean, you're going to blow a side off the castle.
Not being great. 21 to hit though.
Yeah, okay. Roll damage.
If you must.
Yeah, I guess I have to.
The people want to know.
Use a cannon to kill a fly.
I don't even know how many that's 11 d6s. I'm just gonna roll them on D&D Beyond because I don't have. Oh boy, that's actually a good roll. 33 plus another d6. 36 points of radiant damage.
36 points of radiant damage. As Bothrid and Dargon sort of sprint in and then halt just slightly, Kirik, you step in as your eyes bleed black. You see this creature and just reach up a hand and this bolt streaks up. And you don't even see the creature. As the bolt just... whatever is invisible is simply non-existent anymore.
Oh, I hate prying eyes and ears.
As Kirik says that, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna look back at him, look forwards, and I'm gonna run forwards to Ander and be like, "What the hell did you just do? What did you do?" And I'll pull my sword out and put it up to his chest.
Nice.
What did you do?
I'll say, with message into Kirik's head, is it safe to talk?
Have a look around. Still with invisibility on.
See nothing else?
I'll reply. Yeah.
Is anyone good?
And I'll just say back to you, I've only gone and fucking done it. And then a big smile will come across my face.
A smile will creep across Dargon's face as well. Well done. And I'll lower the sword and sheath it. You understand? Just had to... Didn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To be fair, I did pay for it. But luckily, your warding bond softened the blow. I've agreed that in exchange for the four of us, Theo Godden, that obviously we trade ourselves for him to then leave Nylin with his forces for Nylin to rebuild. That's the deal I've made. And we had to meet him in 3 days' time between the Planet Pigs and Talma.
3 days.
You know, it's funny. You know full well he would kill us all and still carry on with his plan.
Yep. But I'm thinking we should not speak in this plan really outside of us. We don't know where his spies are. I'm assuming you just blasted one out of the sky. So all I see was...
Certainly did.
That's a good point. To the outside world, why are we going there?
Well, Lena knows what we tried to do. We can just tell her it's successful, I suppose, but we'll just say we're marching to Hellspawn Pass if they go south. Because I've told him we're going to march upon the city, and that's the ploy to lead you that way. So us sending the forces south is in line with the decoy that I told him I'll be deploying. So we can still talk true of then marching on the city. We'll just go alone towards the Hellspawn Pass with Theo.
Do we say that? Got it. First time we were sent on a mission, Ander and I, was to go and find the seer. We have to go back there because there's something we need, and that's why we're heading towards Telma.
Well, I've said that the reason we're heading that way is because it's on the way to the Hellspawn Pass, so we'll be coming in from the top.
If we have to peel off for anyone, then we say
Well,
that.
we can't be. It's just got to be us four and Theo.
Yeah.
We can't have anyone with us.
Yeah.
Funny you should mention the seer though. He has her sole prisoner, and he uses her. He uses her powers to help him with a tactical advantage on where to send his forces. And he said he was going to bring her so she could watch our demise.
That rat bastard. Is she going to be a thorn in our sides then? We didn't plan that.
No, he brought her before me, but she was just crying. He tortured her, sent her on her way.
Okay.
She might try and warn you that I've betrayed you, but obviously you know the truth.
Yeah, but we need to act the fool to her.
Well, if she says that I've betrayed you, you pretend that you believe her, and then we'll just attack Asmodeus, surely.
No, because then it'll come back. It may be a ploy from Asmodeus. We need to go. You're talking nonsense.
Well, yeah, but we can't strike up a conversation with Asmodeus. We've got to attack him as soon as we see him, right? Otherwise, he may have a chance to actually do the deal that I've made.
Yeah, sorry. I assumed you meant in our dreams, because that's always the way this shit goes down.
No. Well, she won't come to us in our dreams because she's his prisoner.
Yeah.
In that case...
But if she does, it's because Asmodeus has sent her, so that's why it needs to be a, he's our mate. He hasn't done
We
it.
don't believe you. Yeah, this is a trick. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In that case, I need enough time in the place that we're going to be at to prepare it, to give us a chance. But I also need to go get Theo, so
you need what? A couple of seconds, a minute?
At least a day.
It's a little more than a minute.
If you go ahead and get Theo, and then we can meet you at their meeting point.
That's a good point, Ando. Are we going straight away? Is this we need to head out now?
Well, we've got 3 days. He wants to meet us in 3 days.
3 days.
So it gives us a chance to go to Esamir, get Theo, tell the forces to get back to Deluin via a teleportation circle via Deimos to then go from the south.
Okay. It's going to be
time to gather the forces.
It's going to be a tight window to get the forces ready, but we need to tell them now, and they need to start mobilising this hour.
I can head to Esamir and get Theo. We can both fly to the place that we'll meet.
Yeah, and then if you tell them that Deimos will be preparing a teleportation circle to bring them through to Deluin while you're at Esamir.
Yeah.
And then Admiral Swift can tell us when you're ready with the stones if you can't reach us, or lead her another way with the candle or whatever.
Okay, so are the three of us walking from here?
I just said I'll go with Kirik unless you need me.
I can't fly the three of us, both red. Peggy can only carry
This
two
is
of
a
us.
very good point. I will.
Well, if you two, I suppose, all we need to do is Lena needs to ready the forces for them when they arrive from Esamir to then march from the south. But you could fly Bothrid, Kirik, and then we could always ask Deimos to send me and you, Dagon.
Yeah, I mean, we may be able to make it in 3 days, but I suppose if we can get there earlier, there's no harm done.
I'd quite like all of us to
Well,
be
I've promised.
there.
I've got things to do. I've obviously got to keep up appearances and go through the treasury and the inventory of Lena. She's obviously needs to gather her forces and then bump to Esamir and then march from Esamir. It's only, what, a day from Esamir?
Well, we can go straight to Telma, can't we?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Kirik goes to Esamir. We go to Telma after you... Yes,
so would it be good to maybe we'll use Telma as a base?
Yeah.
And then march from there?
Yeah.
The both armies can split north and south from there.
No, the armies aren't going north. All the armies are going from the south. We've
Fine.
told him we're marching to the
Telma
northern
as a
entrance.
base.
Just us. Yeah.
Yeah, because also there's quite a lot of people down here already. There's no point moving them up there to come down here. So, fine. Yeah.
So Kirik will go to Esamir, send everybody back to Deluin, then he'll meet us in Telma tomorrow, and then we'll spend the night in Telma to then meet Asmodeus the next day.
Are we not sending anyone from the north now?
No,
Why not?
because I told Asmodeus we're marching to the Hellspawn Pass, which is the ploy to get you to go that way, to betray you. So then if he meets us halfway, he'll be coming from the top, won't he? Or he'll just appear. So what I don't want to do, Hellspawn Pass is the obvious attack point. So I told him we're going that way, so we don't want to send an army that way because he'll twig. Well, he didn't tell me that. So if all the forces go from underneath, it plays into the story I told him.
Is he not just going to appear? At which point we can still send the army up there, because we were going up there to rally with the army.
And the army will be going the way we're going, and if he sees more than us, it might not spook him, but it might.
You've got Idris, you've got Mantineer, you've got the people from the north who will need to come from the north. So, you know, I'm thinking of realistics. You know, we could still be meeting up with that army.
How long will it take the army to get up to the city from Deluin?
Well, by this map, it looks like... What does it look like? 2 days from Deluin?
Please hold. Caller.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hexes.
It's going to take about 2.5 days.
Holy shit. I need to leave now.
That is a hell of a long time. Yeah, they have 12 hours to gather.
They have 12 hours. We have 12 hours to get people from Esamir to Deluin. And it's the same.
Does it matter how far away people are or where they are if we've got a whole city of wizards who can teleport anybody wherever we want?
That is also true.
We need to know that information yesterday.
Matt, quick.
Forgive the pun.
Not for...
Yes, sir.
Not in character, but... how many people can you teleport using the spell teleport?
Well, because there's that many mages, we've sort of just played around with it.
Okay, cool.
But usually we've just sort of... If you were doing strict teleport for, like, a group of people, I usually say about up to 8
10?
Is the maximum you can get.
8 to 10.
Yeah, 8 to 10.
Yeah, but if we're going by the fact that we have that many, that it doesn't really
Yeah,
count.
you've got a lot of mages.
Cool.
So yeah, it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah, I mean, we can say there's just... we can we can mobilize people around the map, basically, but just need to.
We're now playing the board game Risk in real life.
Next session basically is going to be a training montage, so it's going to be.
Yeah, so in theory, if Kirik flies to Esamir, how quickly would he get there from Delibin?
So flying speed of your Pegasus is...
Peggy is
90
90
off
feet
top of my
flying
head.
speed.
So it's about 3 times the usual speed of a person. So that's about 15 hexes a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
about a
6,
day.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'll say just over a day.
But I need a full day in the place that we're going to fight him at. So Kirik has 2 days, basically.
Yeah. So you're going to have to
Because one of the
bash into Esamir, grab Theo.
one of the spells I need to cast is got a casting time of 24 hours.
Yeah.
So just to help you out here, I'm going to remind you that you have a wizard who can teleport you back to Esamir.
Yeah.
And there are wizards who teleported people from Esamir to Telma to start this whole journey south off.
True. They did send like 140 of us all at once. So yeah.
So
Well, I
you
can
can
get-
get to Esamir now.
I can get all of us to Esamir now with Word of Recall. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's after that.
Okay. Well, that's probably good. Does that also mean that you can take Deimos with us, because then he doesn't have to burn a spell, or is it just?
That is an amazing.
There's also
that
a
is
wizard in
amazing
Esamir already looking after Theo.
Yeah, no, I get it, but what I mean is, if he doesn't have to burn one, then that's one more that he can send more people.
Oh yeah, Nathan's keep an eye on him, isn't he?
I was thinking more of ethereal.
Can we just
5 willing.
take a moment to revel in the fact that we just fucking conned a god?
I mean, you just conned a god.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Dangling
I think there was
shit,
definite
God.
team effort in there.
Yeah, Kirik has talked shit to a god. Con a god? That's
Yeah.
that's very impressive.
Who's the trickster
right
god
then,
now? You
Wardens.
can.
So the plan.
That's going to be the parting line. What are we doing in this moment?
So
Currently, you
plan
have
is-
allies all over the
plan is-
city.
that we all go to Esamir, right?
You might as well. Yeah. Tell Lena to
grab
gather
the-
to expect forces to then, as soon as everyone arrives, to then start marching to the Black City.
We need to tell
Yeah, we can do
Lena the plan. We need to make sure that she's ready. We need to make sure that they mobilise immediately within 12. Well, so that they're ready in 12 hours with the army that's about to arrive.
Yeah, I can't be checking no inventory and no treasury now. I don't think I've got time for that shit. No Scrooge McDuck time for me.
So I
Yeah.
will. Okay, so while you're then discussing, I will walk out to find Lena to go in. Come on, we got plans.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
then
Dargon,
just
I'm going to
walk-
say you sort of wander around for a little bit, asking where Lena is, and get sort of escorted to a room where there are guards outside, and one of the guards sort of looks and says, "Is it urgent?"
Very.
Shit. It's going to be a polite knock on the door, and you hear giggling,
Oh.
and then yes.
Oh,
At a time like this,
So-
come on.
hey, Greek makes you horny, man.
The guard's going to sort of just poke his head in, like, I'm sorry, my queen. Dargon is here. Apparently, it's urgent. And the giggling stops, and there's a quick flurry of activity where the guard just sort of steps out and sort of looks forward and closes the door. They'll be with you in a minute.
I'll just point. I'll just talk to him and be like, as you were.
Yes. A couple of minutes later. Lena
Yeah,
comes
I'll
out.
be like, you leave it along.
No, I'm sorry. I'm from Ephedwin originally.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, cool.
You?
Nice shoes. It's good. I'm
Thank
not
you.
from around here. No. Yeah, no. I've been, brought here by some weirdo magic. Yeah.
Weirdo magic.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Do you
Ah, mistress.
Lady Lena. Yeah.
You can see her hair
apologies.
sort of mess slightly. Doggone. No, sorry. Time and a place, I guess.
No time like the present. However, I'm afraid we have a tight schedule, as it turns out. So, if you would,
Sorry, no, continue.
yes, I know I said tight. Now, let's.
Does she still have the rubber fist in her hand, or has she put that back?
Mackay is just there, sort of unstrapping the strap on. Yeah. Anyway,
We yeah, very yeah. We just follow me if you don't mind.
you have nothing to be ashamed of, Dargon. It's a perfectly natural thing. Mackay says as she sort of stretches herself out a little bit, just sort of. Anyway, we'll continue later.
Yes, right. So, as we are, so I'll walk back with them.
As you were, Dargon. Yep.
Uh,
And they're still sort of giggling slightly at your. I want to say stiffness, but that's definitely not the right term.
yardstick, yeah, for
Was
sure.
the guard listening at the door
Yeah.
like a pervert?
No, they were guarding.
Yeah, of course, he was chucking one off.
So the guards then do follow on and are sort of forming that guard of honor around Lena and Micaiah.
Okay, so
And
yeah, I
there
suppose
they,
as we're
they
walking,
giggle at your uncomfortableness.
as they're walking, it seems we have a very short time frame. We're going to be looking at mobilising within 12 hours and heading out to make sure that we all make.
12 hours.
Yes, I'm afraid it is very short, and we are going to make sure that everyone is here in time. It is going to be
Fuck.
rapid.
Lena, I've got to go then. I don't know what the reasons are. I can get the forces ready, but
Just
I'm
go.
Lena. Whatever this is, just yes. Micaiah's off, and one of the guards goes.
In short, we have very little time. So we need to make sure that everyone is available and ready to go.
Well, do get to move on then, Dargon. Let's go. And Lena begins to jog.
I was about to say, we're walking as we're going there, so yes, I will then jog with her. And then, because I haven't said everything, we wait until we get inside the hall.
Okay. So you come bursting into the... Well, not even bursting because the door's open anyway, but Lena comes sort of running in with the guard and Dargon and sort of sees. And still sat on the throne, I suppose, Andy, you'd probably still be sort of taking a few deep breaths after that feeling of having your chest crushed. And we will say Deimos has also been fetched for the sake of brevity, and a few choice others. Thailania, Johannes, and all the others are back in the room that were here beforehand. And yes, carry on, as I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you. We have a small window of opportunity. Us four are going to go to Esamir, send all the forces back here, and then we're going to go from the north. You guys, with all of the forces that we send here, all of the sellswords, all the mercenaries you've got, are going to go march on the Black City from the south. And we do this in 3 days' time. So you need to be at the
So
Black
you want
City
us to assault
by
the
by
Black
the
City
third day.
in 3 days' time.
Yep. So we
You
need
don't
all of the
fucking
wizards
hang
to
around,
help
do you?
teleport this many people. Like I said, I haven't really got time to explain how this window of opportunity is open, but I've managed to get us a window of opportunity where we'll have an advantage.
We have a window. We're going to take it. Can somebody get me a goddamn healer?
That's a point we need to send
No.
the but that's
At that point,
Lena's there just
I'm-
like, well, don't look at me, you blithering idiots, go!
I will place my hand on his shoulder. There will be a glow of light, and I will heal 1 wound. A D6.
But Deimos will need the full strength of Idril to,
Four,
to get
four,
everybody where we
four
need them
points
to be.
back, and I'll be like, there you go, all sorted. And I will say,
4 points. I think Bothrid will.
I will say it in a very obvious that didn't help point.
He no longer has a black eye.
Bothrid will throw in a 3rd level cure wound. Which was shocking. That's going to be 12 points of healing. Back to Johannes.
better than
It almost gets him back up
1d6.
to the top, actually.
I, as a good cleric, have not prepared healing spells today.
You are a
It's all good.
danger cleric.
Cool.
It's all about...
So as then Johannes gets healed up, Mephisto gets his wounds seen to, and then you just notice people sort of stand there for a moment, and Johannes just looks and goes, "Move, people, move!" And everybody just rushes out the room. There's flurries of activity. You can hear shouts and all sorts going on. And Mephisto will then come sort of cantering over to where you lot are, and I'm not sure if we're going to get the chance to say goodbye, but
Why, are you
Good
going
luck.
somewhere?
I'm going to a city.
Damn right.
It's never goodbye, Mephisto. Just see you later.
As I said, good luck. Use those gifts wisely, boys. Hopefully I'll be able to get them down.
Gonna need it.
Regardless, I will see you on the other side.
You better do. You've got a shop to rebuild, and I've got coin to spend. Although I
I
do
have a
want to cut his
shopping
discount.
empire to build, and what greater tagline than supplier to the crown?
Oh, you might even get master of trade if you carry on with that sort of
Are we all
sweet
ready?
talk.
Don't make promises. Don't make promises. Anyway, time. Off we go. You with me, and sort of marches out. And we'll say in this moment, then sort of all this flurry of activity, and Deimos walks in and sort of looks at you, Kirik. Are we going?
Yes, we are. Grab your shield, cast Word of Recall, target all 6 of us.
You
I love
all
the fact that Deimos is like,
flashback.
right, ready. What?
Deimos was there with his spellbook getting ready to go, and then oh fuck! Everybody walks
Who's
out,
the-
and you can see Deimos
Who's
and
the
those.
6th person?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, 5. Yeah,
It was
that's right.
5.
Sorry.
That's fine.
5.
Okay.
Deimos comes out the other side, and he's just shivering, like cold, fucking cold, fucking cold.
You get, you
Why do
get
I feel
used
like
to
I'm
it.
in fucking death again?
Should be used to it.
Good
Oh,
point.
like-
And he just relaxes his shoulders, like, yeah, okay, I'm fine. So you're in the middle of the Temple of the Raven Queen, and in front of you, you can see Nathim sort of asleep on a chair, just sort of lean back, whereas Theogodin is sat on the floor, cross-legged, with a book open in front of him. And we are going to leave that part of the story there, and we're going to wind back time
If I could turn back time.
to a previous long rest
The dream.
where 2 dreams were discussed and a 3rd was not. So Kirik, the night before this all happens, well, I say the night, the afternoon, I think you sort of slept through most of the day, you find yourself in a room with Dargon and Bothrid, as Ander has been rightly given a more regal room to befit his station and to send a message to the rest of the city and the people within the city. You find yourself drifting off to sleep. And as you drift off to sleep, there is just the sound of water flowing a river. Creaking bed as somebody rolls over. And you hear just this sort of dripping, and then the sound of water sloshing as something runs towards you. And there's a moment where this thing rushes up towards you as your eyes flash open. It grabs your face. And you stare into your own eyes. Do it right. Do it right. The veil is thin. Do it right, Kirik. Do it right. And then the figure shrinks back. And she steps forward. I hoped that would never have to be shown to you. There are things coming, Kirik. Threads of fate I have no control over. I can only help you so much from here on in. You have been and remain one of my most loved champions. You made me a promise. I expect you to keep it.
Job's not over until his soul is with you.
Indeed. This is the one, Kirik. The fight I've been preparing you for. Things will happen in the next day or so, and you will understand. And there will come a time where you will need to call me. You will have one chance, and one chance only. And in that moment, you will need to do it right.
Well, let's hope it is so.
I've always had faith in you and your friends. Let's hope Anda can pull it off. And with that you wake up.
Pull.
Without any... Yeah, pull. And you wake up. And you literally wake up and think, pull! And you can see Dargon sort of wake up. Dargon's had a very rough night by the looks of it. Bothridge just woken up. And you all then run off to Anda's room, as you were in that moment. And so, with that dream concluded, with us all back in Esamir now, and I know there was some timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff going on there, but just to make sure we got that dream in, and I didn't want to disrupt the RP, because it's also fun to kind of do that at the end, and now sort of look back to think, what did she know? What was happening? But yes, that will be us for this week. And I know I said it last week, but we're almost there. Like, we've got some stuff to do, but we are almost there.
Yeah.
So, strap in, buckle the fuck up, because this is going to be fun. But thank you all for joining us. I have immensely enjoyed that episode. I'm not going to lie, I was knackered before that episode started, and I am totally re-energized now. It's going to take me ages to get to sleep tonight after that one. But yes, thank you to my awesome players for being fantastic as always. Even it's awesome to have Kirik back and Smile back and have the team full once again, the full Wardens of the Vale, ready to fight ultimately. So don't miss next week. Don't miss the week after, and however many weeks it takes to deal with this, because it's going to be one hell of a roller coaster, I think. But until then, thank you all again for joining us. If you do feel like following us and you're not following us already, then we would love that. If you are following us and not subscribing, then we would also love that. Don't forget, those of you who are Amazon Prime users, you can use your Twitch Prime subscription, and we will love you forever. The same we do with all our subscribers. And obviously, the more we get, the more we can give back. So that's going to be my last shameless plug to go and support the channel. Of course, go catch this episode and all of our past episodes on our YouTube channel or our podcast platform from Friday. I know we were a little bit late getting YouTube and podcast episodes this week. That was due to me being on holiday and other folks being very, very busy as well. But this will continue, and so we will see you all same place, same time next week. I think we are probably going to raid, so stick around for that as well. But yes, thank you all once again. We love you all. We will see you next week, 7:30 p.m. on Twitch, Monday nights. Until then, see ya.